Right, switching destinations. If you plan on traveling to the Bahamas anytime soon, travel there remains at a level 2 advisory. So what does that mean? It means that you should be aware and be cautious because of a rise in crime. Leaders there say that crimes mentioned in that travel warning are happening away from those touristy areas.
And for more on the advisory, we're joined by President of Cadillac Travel Group, David Fishman. Thanks a lot for coming in this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So let's get to this travel advisory. I mean, we've heard of these in other countries, but the Bahamas seems so, genteel. Is this something that usually comes about in the Caribbean?
It doesn't come about often, but it comes about all over the country. I mean, there's level 2 warnings in parts of the United States too, and it's just be smart, be aware of things going on around you. There really hasn't been any really problems with the tourists and in the main tourist areas. It's been more on the outskirts of town. It's been gang related. It happens all over the world. It happens locally, unfortunately. So it's just be smart, stay in the area. I always say if it doesn't feel right, you're not comfortable, then get out of those areas and be smart and
be smart. That sums it up.
Yeah.
When you're traveling.
So if you need to make a practical move here, let's say you're either thinking about the Bahamas or you've already booked a trip there, what do? Do you cancel? Do you pick another location?
Well, I think you find out the facts. The facts are it has been safe. I have a group going down in literally three weeks down there. We've had a lot of conversations with the group. We make some changes of maybe some places that they're going to go to outside of the property and spend more time on the property, which a lot of places that you go to, especially in some of the countries, are like all-inclusives and things, and most of it takes place there. But if you are in the city, you're not out late at night in bad areas, and you stay at your resort for a lot of what you're doing, which a lot of it's there anyways, is not going to have a problem. So they're still going, and they have no problem with it at all.
What about people who are taking a cruise? The Bahamas, a popular stop on many cruise lines itineraries. Do they have to worry about anything, or when you get off the cruise, is everything pretty well, maintained for you?
The tours that they're going to do off the cruise, they know where they're going. They have their local people. They're going to take you and make sure that it's safe. First of all, most of the problems, as we all know, when it gets dark, you start having problems. So the cruise ships are there during the day most of the time. Don't get too much into the late evenings. And they're going to make sure that they take you to places that are safe. And if it's really not safe, they wouldn't go there. And the cruise lines are still going to the Bahamas. It's one of the main stops, NASA, for many of the cruise lines going to the Eastern Caribbean.
So what about any specific laws or regulations that you should be aware of before you head there?
Well, the thing you're saying, it's genteel, it's really safe. We took groups, spring break groups, to the Bahamas for 18 years. There's laws, there's rules that they follow, so it's very more like the United States than a lot of countries you go to down in the Caribbean. Sometimes they have their own rules, or maybe in Mexico it's a little bit more, shall we say, they make up the rules as they go along. Sometimes they're very strict in the Bahamas with their rules, and it's a safe place to go. It really is. Level 2 is really just brought up by that gang violence, and they're getting that under control. So it is safe to go to the Bahamas.
All right, so it's a level 2. I mean, you still say it's safe, but what if somebody does get cold feet? Are there any other islands in the Caribbean similar that you could recommend to the Bahamas?
Oh,
all of them?
I mean, yeah, there's a million islands. I mean, a lot of the islands are the same. Some are prettier, more rocky than, some are not as pretty as others, but and it can be hard to get to. And the Bahamas used to have a nonstop flight. They don't even have one anymore anyways. So pretty much any island you're going to the Caribbean except San Juan, you're going to have to connect. So there's millions of safe islands and places to go in the Caribbean. So you do have many alternatives, and their price range will differ for you. So there's options, many options.
So still time to pivot if you do get cold feet.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, David.